Hello there YouTube world. This is a bass guitar and I'm going to show you some different expressive techniques for the bass. Starting off, we can just play with fingers and play a walking 12-bar blues. I'm going to do B flat because it's got lots of open notes. I'm going to do that with a few ghost notes in there. The ghost notes just mean muted notes. It's easier when you're playing without opens because you can have more control when there's not open string. This is walking blues, but I'm going to try to do some chromatic lines. Chromatic means all the notes in a row, and blues lends itself to that nicely. All in a row there. It's an easy thing to do. So, walking blues, chromatic lines. Now, slap. It's going to be a bit loud, so hopefully I won't peak the mix. Roll the volume and the tone forward, and what you do, you hit the string at the highest fret, and you bounce it off that area, and that's a slap and a pop. These fingers look after the other two strings. This does, well, you can slap on all the strings, but I'm not very proficient at that. That's a slap line from Forget-Me-Nots. So we've done walking bass, chromatic lines, slap. Harmonics, on any instrument you can find the harmonic series. At the halfway point, the third, the quarter, and the sixth, I'll go up through. There's like fractions. Half, third, quarter, sixth. There's this eighth. You can hear it as it goes up. So there are some basic rundowns. You can also play chords on the bass. They sound a bit muddy. You wouldn't play it like a guitar chord because it sounds really low and doesn't really ring nicely. Up here, it sounds okay. And you don't need all the notes. You don't need 3 notes in a row. It sounds better when it's spread out by a tenth. A minor tenth or a major tenth. Sounds better when they're spread out and not too low. So, yeah, there's other techniques on the bass, but typically you play the tonic and the fifth, that's a real common thing. And the octave. That's a sweep back. Sweeping back, I just did a video with some sweeping on the guitar. But sweep back is a typical thing. You can sweep forward, but it's not as common. Use your fingers on the bass typically. Only sometimes you use your thumb. I typically use index and middle, alternating. Sometimes sweep back. Some people don't have fingernails and they play right on the back pickup, very bright. I've got nails, so I use my nails sometimes, like for instance, the Harmonics. If you do then you have to change your playing position so you get the side of the fingers touching rather than the very tips. You can play very quickly, like the Tower of Power bassist, or Jaco Pastorius. He's down at the bridge using his fingertips. But me, I roll forward. Paul McCartney plays with the sides of his fingers. The string is on an angle like that. So he's this hitting, there hitting. He might have fingernails for his guitar picking. So same with me, I've got fingernails, I need it for the guitar. So I have to change my technique and play with the meat of the pads of these fingers. My favourite bass line is by Norman Watt-Roy, and he's from the band The Blockheads, and it goes like this. It's called Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick. This is the chorus. I'll roll down the tone a bit. Very fun song. Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick. Anyway, there's some basic techniques from, well, not really, that one's a tricky song by Norman Watt-Roy, but the other ones, walking bass, chromatic lines in the 12-bar blues. You need your harmonics to be able to tune, well, roughly. You lose the beating effect. You can hear the beating. Bring it to pitch. Have a good day. Practice, practice, practice.